guys, it's a Shadow Master bringing the video, and today we are doing What If Deku Had, you guess it, Shadow the Hedgehog. So if you've seen the theme intro of it, I hope you guys liked it though, because I used this app my uncle told me to use, so you can like record music though and actually create like your little mixtape of it. So I actually recorded all my favorite songs onto one thing. It's called King, because I just wrote it really quick. And it has like all my favorite songs in it. It's like 10 minutes long. You see right here, it's like, wait, how far is this? Yeah, it's like 2 seconds. Now if you go to King, it's like a lot. So, this is what I'm going to do. What if Deku had the powers of Shadow the Hedgehog? So we're saying that this Shadow the Hedgehog is a villain. But if you guys want me to kind of hear the next series, I will. So Deku. So let's say that the League of Villains say that we need to create something that can kill All Might. And let's say that Sonic universe, everyone knows about Sonic, and they know about Shadow the Hedgehog. So they say, why we just don't make our own like living, breathing. So they're just thinking of like making a Sonic Hedgehog, but like an evil version of it, Shadow the Hedgehog. So, sorry for not pulling up a picture. He would have, when he was created, he would just have like the gloves on. No, he would just have this. He would be the exact same size, no gloves or hover shoes and stuff. So they actually mix human DNA with hedgehog DNA, because I looked at MacPack. Thank you for this. This actually like you put some. I'm saying like 20% of this video is like some of the stuff from MacPack I heard. And thank you for MacPack. Guys, go subscribe to him too. I have 40 subscribers. And go subscribe to my brother's channel though, because he only has 19. That's a little sad. But like, still, he should not have been bragging like a piece of shit and saying, "Ooh, you have less subscribers though." And then I just pulled out in with what ifs. I think a lot of people like more what ifs than any other thing. But Deku, so Deku's like merged with, so it's human DNA plus hedgehog DNA to create Shadow the Hedgehog, because you'll see alien DNA and stuff like that. But like from the old, if you went through the lore of it from MacPack, I heard right, he says that if you go through the lore, aliens nuke the planet with like a raw radiation, and then the things that are living to merge with animals to create, you guessed it, Mobius. That is where Sonic and Tails live, along the rest of the gang. That's what I heard. I don't know if it's true because I'm like 13. So Deku, he's like in this little green pod though, and they're saying that they're like making like Sonic Shadow the Hedgehog though, so like they get hover shoes and stuff. And they actually made their own Chaos Emeralds, but like fake versions of them. You're saying, oh, well, you can only make the fake Chaos Emeralds without the real ones. Now, see that they do have real Chaos Emeralds, but they actually like form them to the real. So I'm gonna take another thing from that pack. Sorry for that, but Ghost tried to him still. He said that the Chaos Emeralds are actually not emeralds. One of them are. Emeralds are always green. The Chaos Emeralds are actually like quartz, and quartz can like be squished to create energy and stuff. And Deku is like born, so Deku would be the exact same height as Shadow the Hedgehog, and let's see that he breaks the glass though. And Shigaraki sees this, an awful one. And let's see, Awful One actually loved Sonic the Hedgehog though, and he loved the villain Shadow the Hedgehog. And like Sonic's like All Might, and Shadow the Hedgehog's like Awful One. Right. Sorry. So Deku is now. So Awful One says that your name is Shell the Hedgehog. And he asks why was I created? What's my purpose? And he tells him that his purpose is to infiltrate UA and learn everything about the heroes and their weaknesses. So then he actually puts like his weird shoes on, like his summer shoes. And Awful One gives him. So Awful One, let's see that Awful One gives him a quirk that allows him to copy his opponent's like abilities. Like Melisonic or like somebody else. So now Deku, or Shout the Hedgehog, is like training now, and he's actually using a spin dash and chaos control stuff. And he figures out he can do the chaos control for like 1 full minute to like stop time for 1 full minute. And I remember what I told you about when you stop time, everything stops, even the air, so it's like really hard to move. But Shout the Hedgehog's the ultimate life form, so he like can move really faster than there. So Deku is now. Deku gets. He actually gets the Hammer Ring because he uses so much energy though. And let's say that Toga. Let's say it's not the first time they tried to clone the Shell Hedgehog. There was like 12 attempts though, all of them failed because. Let's say that 4 of them were like brain dead, they didn't understand anything. Some of them tried to attack them, and the others were like deformed though. So then, Toga would be. Let's say that Toga gets into this because we're bringing it early because I did not want to do any bullshit. So Toga gets there early and she says that. So let me get this straight. We have a hedgehog as a villain. And Shigaraki says yes. And she sees him though, and he's like, you remember how like he looks so evil though, and she says, so let me get this straight. We have a villain that's a hedgehog with shoes and gloves. And he does wear a suit though. And he wears a suit, so then Toga sees Shadow the Hedgehog. And she says, he looks so cute though, and she's asking, why does he have like emeralds or something? Yeah. Why does he look like somebody off of a video game? And she tells him that we made him off the spin-off character named Shadow the Hedgehog, so his name is Shadow the Hedgehog. And she's there, so like we're bringing mostly half of the villains. And let's say that around this time the Emmett UA thing starts. So they hear about it across town. They say that Shadow, you need to get into UA and do all that. So he really like runs there. He mostly like spin dashes or uses his chaos abilities to like teleport there. So he walks to UA and everyone's staring at Deku or Shadow the Hedgehog. I'm just gonna call him Shadow the Hedgehog. I love that name better. So Shadow the Hedgehog's just walking to UA, and they tell him that they're gonna build all these robots to destroy them. And Shadow's just being quiet though, and most would say, "Why does that guy look like a hedgehog?" And Bakugo did play some Sonic the Hedgehog through his childhood a little bit. And let's say that he knows about Shadow the Hedgehog exists and said, that kid looks like Shadow the Hedgehog. And they say that go outside and destroy those robots. So then they do. So they say go and stuff because there's no real outside. And they battle. So Deku is saying he's actually spin dashing. So like he's rolling up to a ball though and like spinning around destroying the robots. And Bakugo's saying, yeah, that is like Shadow the Hedgehog. And let's say that Bakugo says that, hey, that kid looks like Shadow the Hedgehog. And some kids actually pick on him now, like through the competition. And Deku really hates people when they make fun of him. So like he's pouring the chaos spirits out and like actually throwing them at their arm, but like not going through them. Just catching on their clothes. And he says, hang there for a while. He did this like a few people till like the chaos spirits like fade away. And I might say, geez, that kid has anger issues. He wouldn't like show them, but like he would like deal them with force though. And let's say that here's a 0 point robot and he's gonna, so you know how like a chocolate gets saved and stuff like that. So Deku immediately they see that chaos emeralds are actually dark, so like all black though. They would sometimes be black or red. Like some of them are red and some of them are black. And Deku forms, let me check see something. Shadow the Hedgehog, not evil, no. Shadow the Hedgehog, superb. Hey guys, by the way, it is spring break technically, but we're still going back to school anyway. So he forms Super Sonic Super Shadow. And he's flying up there though, he's actually like using his, he actually uses chaos, what's it called? Chaos. Oh yes, chaos control. So he immediately like, he says chaos spear and he's throwing at the robot's like legs to like make it trip and stuff, like making its legs like fall. And he actually destroys one of the legs though, and everyone's saying that, hey, he is like Shadow the Hedgehog. And some people are not gonna say that because they know that if they say that, well, that kid can immediately kill them. So, Deku hears a child yelling, like screaming though, and for some reason he actually saves her, so he immediately like teleports down there. And he's immediately like rolling through the rubbish. And you're saying, well, what's wrong? What's happened to the 0 point robot? Now let's say that, so, Shadow the Hedgehog powers. All the abilities, yada. I know all of its abilities, flight, invisibility, all that stuff. Now let's say that Deku, he actually has a quirk. And his quirk allows him to, like, copy stuff only one time, so creating a copy of himself. So the copy is, like, destroying the robots, so then the real version of him is actually saving Ochaku by using his chaos force to, chaos control actually to teleport the rubble off for. And they say that the time's done, so then this is how it goes. So when clones is like defeated, it will immediately turn to dust though, like gas. Immediately like it'll come back to the user. And he actually carries the Chalka to the nurse bed thing. And he is scratched up too, but like he immediately like when he puts her down though, I would say that kid did look like Shadow the Hedgehog though. And Deku stares at them, he actually like glares at them and they stop talking though. And let's say that All Might actually, when he's walking out there, All Might would say that, kid, you have amazing abilities. And he would ask about his emeralds, and he wouldn't even answer, he would just continuously walking away. And he's saying, strange, why is that kid not talking to me though? And he starts like, he uses his chaos abilities, like, no, not his chaos ability, but he uses his speed dash to like immediately like speed up like a ball. And, Bakugo seems very good. Says, the way that fucking... He's actually making now hedgehog racism jokes. Hedgehogs. I'm actually gonna search up something that you guys can actually make some up and post them in the comments. Hedgehog jokes. Can we find some? Hello, I will be your sponge today. Jesus Christ. I think that's illegal. That's illegal. What the fuck? Let me check, see one more, and then I'll get continuing. Hedgehog, why did they share the hedge? No, that's not funny. Be cool, be hedge. I hate you. What's cost of 45 cents? 50 cents? 50 cents featuring knockback. Wow. Silly hedgehog, you're not ice cream. Oh my god, that's hilarious. These are cringy as hell. I just love them. So Deku gets the lead and said that he's gonna get in either way. And he does in this stupid hero with blue, red. No, he has blue, red, and yellow on him. Really buff though, and he tried to talk to him, so he immediately left. And Shigaraki would tell him that's All Might though, the number one hero. And Shadow or slash Deku would keep this in mind and say, I'm gonna kill that filthy hero anyway. So say that Deku immediately gets the envelope, and he gets the envelope and it says around the Haunter, around the heroes that says that, around the villains actually says that you got in, stuff like that. And after the thing was done, he actually destroys the thing. And Deku actually they actually have their little, let's say that they have a little rooms, the basement would be different rooms for people. So Toga's room will be across of Deku's room or slash Shadow. And everyone else's room. I don't even know if that guy eats. Portal guy. Does he shove dicks in his mouth or some bullshit? Like penises? I don't know. So Deku, let's say that Toga actually pulled a prank on Deku. And she actually when he's sleeping. Okay, fucking Discord card things, but they're really aggravating to me too. She says, she actually grabs Deku and, Deku does not have regeneration, so don't say he has regeneration, because I can't remember Shadow the Hedgehog has regeneration abilities. I know he doesn't have them in his normal form. And she actually, she actually just drags him out of his room, then locks it. And Toga would do some pranks, say, grab Deku, though, and actually tickle him. And he would laugh, though, and, he's stronger than Toga, but, his weakness is laughter, tickling stuff. And Toga would try to talk to Deku. Deku wouldn't answer or anything. But when Toga pulls out a knife, though, and tries to, stab Deku, he would immediately, punch the knife out of her hand. And, spear her, but not in the arm, chest, or anywhere. Just immediately, form a spear, though, and says, you want to try that again, little girl? And she's really faster. She's not faster than him, but, he got off guard, so then she just grabs him by his long hair, something. Wait. What the fuck? This is not Dragon Ball. 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 That actually looks like great drawing. Deku's long hair. like his quote or something, and she would try to grab them, and she would get sharp needles into her fingers before the UA thing. I'm just telling you the relationship, like Rouge the Bat and Shadow the Hedgehog and stuff. But they're not gonna do the thing. It's actually gonna be Chaku and Deku. It might change if you guys want me to change differently, but I will if you guys want me to. And so Deku goes to UA and like puts on his normal like footwear though and stuff like that. But he doesn't put the shoes on because the shoes are too small for him. And he does submit a costume. It would just be like, have you seen Sonic Knight? If you've seen that, that would be really cool. Sonic. Wait, let me search that up really quickly because I'm only using my arm. You guys never seen Sonic Knight, but like, I'm saying, shit. Hedge. Yeah, this is how Deku's armor would be like. It was just supposed to be a sword and like a mask and some armor a little bit. And he would have still his perimeter ring, but like they would be like, say, like these. Just getting off stuff, but like you continue seeing this photo because that actually looks super badass. So Deku gets away and he actually trips though, and Toga saves him. And he really doesn't respond though, and she just immediately lets him go. And he's just walking away, and Chuck tries to say, tries to talk to him, but he immediately just like continuously walking away. And she's really not paying attention to that. So like she goes, actually Deku goes to his class 1A, and everyone says that, oh yeah, that's the kid that looks like Shadow the Hedgehog. And a lot of people are like making Shadow Hedgehog memes now, like 2020. And Ida would say that, oh yeah, you're that, Ida would say that you're that kid that destroyed the 0 Point Robot. And Deku just continuously walking away and going to his seat though. And Mineta would think that, wait, so this kid has the ability to teleportation, super speed. He thinks of super speed because then they can pull down the girls' bras and look at them. Pervert. Took that from Devil Armus, and you guys should watch Cell Versus. Ha 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 ha. Perfect. Ebola. The true queen is coronavirus. You guys get it now. Uganda Knuckles been telling us about the true way. The way to cure the coronavirus. The way is Ebola. Ebola is the future version of the coronavirus. So he's all tied up like the Illuminati. Now this becomes a triangle, and then put a circle around it, one line in the middle, and draw arms, a top hat, and legs. Bill Cipher. It costs the Illuminati. Just making that damn ass meme. Deku, Manette actually, like, he's scared of Deku, though. And, Mr. Aizawa told them that if they're trying to just make friends, then you can leave. And he gets to his desk and tells him that put these things on and, like, get outside. So Deku, everyone's changing, putting their, like, little suit thing on. And let's see that Bakugo goes first. And you're gonna ask who has All For One. And All Might. Okay, let's fix this. You're gonna ask who has All Might's Park yet. He's actually gonna choose someone in class 1A. And I think he's gonna choose Bakugo. You guys are gonna choose Shadow the Hedgehog, Bakugo, or else Chaku. Those three. Choose wisely. So Deku is Bakugo goes first and gets 700 meters. Chaku goes next and gets Affinity. And Deku does keep his Chaos Emeralds on him always. So let's say that they always are always floating around him. Wayne just can immediately teleport them to them. So then Mr. Aizawa tells him to use his full power, so then he actually teleports all the 7 Chaos Emeralds, but they're all dark though. And this would be he would get this outfit on and immediately might erase the sword though and stuff because we're not adding the sword yet. But then he immediately throws it. And he gets around 2,000 meters or more. I don't even know how far fucking meters can go. I think it's around 2,836 meters. And immediately, when he gets all the super form, his the Chaos Emerald disappear after they plop out of him. No homo, of course. They drop on the ground. They immediately turn to dust or something. And Mr. Aizawa tells him to go, so he does. And Bakugo actually trips Deku, and Deku actually falls, and he says, "Who fucking did that?" And Bakugo says, "That was me, you idiot, or you hedgehog freak." And nice, Bakugo has a teammate that has a bird head. And this guy actually has this man actually has a hedgehog head, and he says that, wow, spoiled brats like you who needs rich kids. And Bakugo has them to counterclaim that because it's weird. And he says, moving on, we're doing the racing. Now this is how it goes. So Deku is faster than everybody in Class 1A. Mostly not faster than All Might yet, but he is almost there. So Deku, they're seeing go. So Eden would use his engines, and Deku immediately curl up into a ball and use his speed. And Bakugo says, yeah, that is Shadow the Hedgehog. And Deku gets mad by this. And when Deku can use his spears in his ball form, so it means the spear will be poke out though. And he send them out missiles and stuff. So then Deku gets there first, Ida gets there second, and Bakugo gets there third. That's the jumping thing. So Ida goes first, and he jumps, and he gets around because you're doing it's really long, so say he gets 12 feet, and that's far. Not 12 feet, but really far though. Let's say around I don't even know how fucking far a feet is. He jumps around the 12 feet. And Bakugo goes next, and he has to use his Spark Wet. So, Bakugo would get next, and he would get the exact same as Ida. And Deku immediately uses he's gonna say when he wants to fly his hover shoes would do it. So he's not acting them yet. So he immediately jumps, and he gets farther because Shell Hedgehog has more abilities. So he gets 14 feet. I think that's far, but I can't remember how far 14 feet look like. And nobody can everyone Oshaku does get in first place, Bakugo and Ida tied for third, and Deku gets second place. And there's Mr. Aizawa tells him that the person with the lowest score is leaving, and it would actually be Mineta. Now remember, guys, I love Mineta because he's such a pervert. Everyone knows that every once in a while in your life you're gonna become a pervert, but not that sick. So Deku, Mr. Hazel tells him that it was a prank though, and that I just want to check see how you guys would do in these situations. And Deku, Mr. Hazel tells him that just get his syllabus and leave though. So Deku immediately teleports out to Mr. Hazel's room, grabs a syllabus, goes and to the next. He leaves because I think that was it though. So a few days pass, and we're around the the fighting thing. Around the fighting where they're wearing the costumes and stuff. So All Might would tell them that they're doing a little training exercise. Everyone's so excited that Dex just doesn't really care. And if you guys, I'm gonna change the photo because I think it's getting aggravating. Yes. But the bluebirds fly in the night. So Deku is not actually excited at all, and All Might tells him that All Might actually pokes fun at Deku and says, "Oh, hey, hedgehog man," and he just wanted to make him laugh or at least joke around. And Deku, some kid at Mineta says that you really didn't want to do that. Then he says, "Well, I'm trying to lighten the mood up because Mr. Hedgehog Man over here wants to be all grumpy though." And he smiles though, and Deku was smiling though, and actually Shadow says that you really don't know how to quit, old man, do you? And Deku can't sense life force energy from fading as long as the chaos emeralds are by him. Or I'm gonna give them a different name for a while. I'm gonna call them dark. I'm gonna call them the eradication emeralds. So they're really dark though, evil and stuff. And All Might says, "Well, we better go through the thing." So then they go. And the first one who we're gonna fight is Deku, and it's gonna be Otaku and Deku versus Bakugo and Ida. So they show all their costumes and they put them on. And Otaku sees Deku costume though. It's just a coat. And she says, "That's all you have for a costume." And he immediately goes to his night form though. So now he has all that stuff on him. And he says, "Let's just go." And she goes, and she's asking, "Is your mother and father hedgehogs?" And Deku just stops though, and he immediately pours a chaos spear in his hand, and he said, "You might want to choose your words wisely before I spear you like a fish. Or at least cut you like a fish or something." And I was saying, "Geez, such is dark though." And the nicest thing, the chocolate actually hugs Deku. And he says, "Get off of me though." And she says, "No, I'm not gonna let go of you because it seems like you have bad moods ever since I've seen you." And he's actually pushing her off, but she won't let go. So then he actually uses his chaos powers to teleport. But as long as somebody's touching Deku, he can't teleport all the way. So he's teleporting to around the Hornet building though. Until Chocolate gets sick and she actually throws up. And remember, she's wearing a little mask, I think. But though, she's wearing a little astronaut suit or something like that. So she's puking, and the bark goes around the floor. It almost says clear aisle 6. And everyone starts laughing, but Deku's not laughing at all. He says, "That's what you get for trying to hug me, you sicko." And Deku starts coughing, though, because this is where the cloning effect activates. So when Deku was cloned, he has actually, the energy of the Chaos Emeralds released to Eclipse. I'm just gonna rename them again, and call them Eclipse Emeralds. Or no longer he's in that form, though. No longer his body can't, take it, so he has 12 minutes in that form tops, until, he, at least his stamina's all drained out, but... So Deku is now... Okay, so Deku, is fighting Bakugo. So Bakugo says that I'm gonna make you into hedgehogs too. And this gets, everyone saying, that's just weird crap. And someone searched up on her phone and said, yep, that's a real thing. And Deku gets really mad, so now, dark auras around him, and he says, well, spoiled rich kids don't really know how to learn, do they? And he actually forms the sword that you can see right here. And he's just dragging on the floor now. It says, hit me with your best shot, idiot. And he actually pulls out the gauntlets, and they're actually he told him that using the full nitroglycerin. But I'm actually explain the hard part right here. He pulls a pin, and it actually destroys, makes a big hole into the building. And Deku is actually unfazed by that. He's still walking to Bakugo. And Miss All Might would tell Bakugo that you should stop using those. It says that if you use those one more time, your team's going to get expelled, and then you guys won't win. And Deku immediately kicks Bakugo in the face. And some teeth fall out and says, "This is what you get, though." He immediately makes another copy of himself, because I told you can only make one more copy of himself. So then they start ganging up on him, though. Bakugo tried to use explosion in one of them, but then the other one turned to gas, though, and then he would turn it back to a clone, though. So it's an infinite loop. One fights, one gets cloned, one fights, clones, stuff like that. So Deku is toying with Bakugo, torturing him with it when they're there. And Deku makes some mom jokes, says, "Wow, your mom must really be spoiled or something." And Bakugo gets really mad now. And he gets a good punch on Deku. But you remember when Vegeta got punched in the face? He immediately made it come back though. And Bakugo gets punched in the gut though by the real Deku. I meant Shadow the Hedgehog. And if you guys are hearing these things coming outside, it's where I live in an apartment. So Deku would be around. Sorry if you guys continue to hear me saying Deku would be around something. Sorry. So Deku would be Bakugo's down the ground though, and he catches tape. He teleports to where Otaku is. And he sees Ida's in that armor, so Deku's immediately behind Ida. And Ida says, how you got here so fast? And before he can finish that, Deku actually cuts off Ida's mask though, and he immediately Ida's saying my mask, and Ida immediately gets upcutted or so you can as a meme, and he's not on the ground. And he tells the chocolate to get to the bomb now. And Ina is not that cold, and Bakugo's like severely injured. And Miss All Might tells him that they have won. And he told him that Bakugo and Ina need to get the nurse and stuff. So Deku immediately teleports. He tells the chocolate to get Bakugo, Ina, and I'll just get Bakugo. And they immediately get them and Ina, and he immediately tells him that you need to touch me, or like go grab one of my hairs on the top of my head to teleport, and they immediately teleport where they were. And this practically is off for here today. I really want to continue with the series, so I'll do another one like a few hours later. So bye.